Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Aquadine running on Nintendo Switch. What do we got here? Not much. Text box opacity, voice volume, music volume. Transitions, after choices, sound effects, text speed. Text speed, fast. Yeah, seems like it's set up like it's running on the Python engine. Alright, well, let's check it out. Long ago, a devastating drought ravaged the land. Their soil was too parched to grow crops, and their livestock dwindled in number. Heat strokes, hunger, and dehydration took the lives of countless villagers. Without the necessary resources for survival, the villagers turned to Levios, the sea deity, and prayed for food and clean water. Levios granted them their wish, but only under one condition, that the merfolk would be allowed to live peacefully among them. And for many decades they did. Over time, however, the merfolk were gradually discriminated against because they were considered abnormal half-humans, inferior beings. Levios became enraged and created an underwater kingdom, now known as Ancient Aquadine, to personally lead and protect the merfolk himself. Until one day, the ancient civilization ceased to exist.
Over here.
And so, the people of the land named this town Aquadine as a tribute to the sea deity. This is also one of many statues sculpted by believers of the merfolk lore.
Really?
Are we seriously supposed to believe that mermaids existed?
As a matter of fact.
It's perfectly understandable that most people share the same skepticism, especially those who aren't from here. Even today, people continue to debate over the validity of lore, despite the lack of reliable evidence. However, it is impossible to ignore how the beliefs of our ancestors shaped much of our culture. As a result, the desire to please Levios drove the town to become one of the best in the world at controlling water pollution. Aquadine even prides itself as a top exporter of both seafood and bottled fresh water.
Oh?
Pardon the interruption, but I was wondering if you had any suggestions for a nice cup of coffee. We're actually near one right now. Look over here. Next to the statue, you'll find the Frenzia Cafe, a family-owned business that has been around for over 50 years. They serve some of the best coffee and sweets in town, so I highly recommend you pay a visit. If you'd like, I could book a reservation for you two.
Thank you.
That would be great, thank you.
Why, yes.
My pleasure. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
Hey.
Is there a marble store around here?
Oh?
Marbles? My daughter has collected marbles since she was a kid. I could never understand why, but she absolutely loves them. Daddy?
Don't worry.
There's no need to be ashamed about what you like, though it is the first time anyone's asked me about marbles. You might have some luck checking the souvenir shops in the mall. I can write you a list when we get back. Isn't that great, Violetta? Let's go there together after the tour. Alright, thanks, Dad. It must be nice for a family to spend time like this. I wish I could do that more often. As the gondolier continues to tour the family, his smile gradually fades away. Instead, his voice takes its place, a voice that soon breaks into a bar chorale. Gentle rows rhythmically push through the water as calmly as the soothing breeze. Wow, that's really distracting. The white gondola rides casually over the clear water waves and glides through a narrow passage. People enchanted by the song open their windows and stop to listen as the sound of his voice travels across the canal. Or they're just wondering where that noise is coming from so they can throw it at that loud bastard. It's Ciel's voice, isn't it? Ciel is singing today.
Whatever.
Good for you, Diana. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Anya continues drawing the canal while trying to ignore Diana, who is scrambling frantically for her phone.
Later.
Catch you later, Anya.
Goodbye.
Without wasting another second, Diana hurries along before she misses her chance. Diana inches her way through a crowd of people who are also attracted to the sound of Ciel's voice. She is absolutely determined to get a picture with him. I gotta hurry before I miss him. As Diana chases after his voice, she bumps into someone, and all of their belongings fall with them. My bad, you okay?
Forgive me.
All fine. Are you injured?
Sorry about that.
Nah, I'm good. Sorry about that. Diana stares at the other girl for a moment, as if she recognizes her from somewhere.
Oh!
Wait, I know you. You're... Farewell. Diana remains speechless as she gets a better look at the blonde. It doesn't take long before she cracks a smile. I can't believe she's here in Aquadine. I gotta get a picture with her. Oh no, my phone. I just got this darn thing. As she picks up her cracked smartphone from the ground, the other girl disappears into the crowd. Man, where'd she go? I just saw her. Well, at least I can still snap a picture of Ciel.
Wow.
Done yet?
Oh!
I saw Elizabeth Rhodes today. I had no idea she'd be here. Can't believe I didn't know about it.
Whatever.
Just another human. She's a celebrity. What else could you ask for? An alien. I think that'd be more interesting than some singer. Aliens, you're so weird. Diana had nothing better to do, and so she hangs around Anya a bit longer until she gets bored. The following morning begins with a little more noise than usual as a bit of interesting news made its way around the school. Classes haven't started yet, so students are speculating as much as they please.
What's up?
Hey, did you hear that we're going to get a transfer student?
Really?
Oh, we are? I didn't hear anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. They're saying it's someone outside of Aquadine. Who'd you hear that from? The teachers. I was passing by the faculty room and they sounded kind of excited for some reason. Maybe she's really smart or something. The morning bell sounds, marking the beginning of the first class. Everyone takes their seats as the teacher steps inside.
Hey, folks.
Morning, class. Well, we got a transfer student from Silver who'll be joining us today. Now that the rumors are confirmed, people seem surprised that the transfer will be coming to this class. Nearly everyone's attention is directed at the door, curious to meet the new face.
Let me say something.
Go on and introduce yourself. A girl with blonde hair stands in front of the class, only to find the stunned reactions on their faces.
Greetings.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Rhodes, and it is certainly a pleasure to meet you all. The class is astonished as they can't believe Elizabeth Rhodes, the famous singer from Silver, is joining them as a fellow classmate. Despite Elizabeth already introducing herself, Diana continues to stare at her with disbelief. Is this a dream? Elizabeth is also taken aback by the coincidence as she recognizes Diana. She seems equally surprised. She waves back to Diana in a way that is perfectly identical to how she bids her fans farewell after a concert. Without a doubt, it's her. She's the real deal. Oh my goodness, this is the best day of my life.
Incredible.
So that's why the teachers were so excited. I know. Elizabeth is famous and all, but she's still a classmate. Save all the fanboy, fangirl, fan whatever, business for later. It appears an introduction is unnecessary.
Oh, yeah?
In that case, I'll just talk about myself.
Hey.
Boo, nobody cares about you, Mr. Norton. You see, I wasn't exactly from around here either. Spent many years sailing the seas and carrying out missions on the good old SS Newport.
How wonderful.
You were a sailor? That's fascinating. And there goes the spotlight. I've been to all sorts of places, but there's something special about this town, I'll tell you that. Have you been to Silver?
You bet.
You bet. I've been everywhere, Goldie.
Pardon?
Goldie? Yeah, that's your very own nickname. You like?
Well...
But man, with all of us shipmates bunched up together, it can get freaking hot in there. I would have traded anything for some air.
Hey.
Now that you mention it, is this why you never wear a suit like the other teachers? Right on the money, Karate Kid. You sure don't want to see Miss Sweat. Maybe if he keeps this up, we'll stall out the clock.
Almost forgot.
Oh, I almost forgot, but I got a class to teach. Never mind. There's a seat over there, Goldie. Elizabeth strolls down a few rows towards the empty seat by the corner before Mr. Norton begins the lesson. Class finally concludes for the day, but no one seems ready to leave. Nobody seems ready to leave though, which is rare.
Hey, folks.
That's it for today, folks. Could someone show Elizabeth around before the next class?
Oh.
I'll do it, Mr. Norton. Other students volunteer as well, but Mr. Norton is looking elsewhere. After scanning the lively room, he spots a bookworm reading alone at his desk. He's the perfect target. Romeo, I got a mission for you. Robin tries his best to ignore him as he flips to the next page of his book.
What's going on?
Earth to Romeo!
Enough!
Could you stop calling me that? My name isn't Romeo. Sure it is. Anyway, show the new girl around, would you? What? Why Four Eyes of all people? He barely talks to anyone. With Mr. Norton's overwhelming presence before him, Robin twitches. He knows all too well there's no escape once his teacher's mind is made. Fine.
See you around.
Attaboy, I'll leave her to you. Elizabeth greets Robin with a smile. That sight alone is enough to make any boy fall head over heels for her, but he doesn't waver. The two of them begin their school tour, leaving the rest of the class disappointed. With several students watching from the windows, Robin seems more anxious than ever to finish the tour. He's clearly not comfortable with this much attention.
Forgive me.
Allow me to apologize for interrupting your reading. You appear to be enjoying that book.
Don't worry.
That's fine. Mr. Norton always does whatever he wants.
My.
He certainly is an amusing teacher. I've never met one as charismatic as him. You seem popular for someone new. What do you do? I'm a singer. A singer, huh? You plan on performing here too?
You see.
I recently moved to Aquadine due to my father's business, so I'm uncertain at the moment. Even if that's the reason why you moved, you could still perform here if you wanted. There are several opera houses here.
Well...
To be honest, I've taken a break from my career. Let's move on, shall we? Elizabeth walks on ahead, leaving Robin a bit surprised by her reaction. However, his demeanor reverts the moment she makes a wrong turn. He follows after her before she gets lost and shows her around from there. After a brief tour around the school, Robin and Elizabeth enter the cafeteria for their last stop. Other than the lunch ladies getting things ready, it's just the two of them. And finally, here's the cafeteria.
My.
Oh, I am anxious to try out your menu. Do you enjoy sharing meals here with your friends?
Sure.
Sure. Anyway, I guess that's that.
One moment.
I wish to thank you for showing me around. To be honest, I was nervous about transferring schools.
Really?
Oh, do you miss your hometown? Silver was the town I grew up in, after all. Perhaps I require some time to grow accustomed to these changes.
You are too kind.
Thank you again for your time. I shall take my leave now. Actually, there's one more place I haven't shown you. Robin leads Elizabeth out of the cafeteria for their last stop of the tour. A few steps echo through the barren stairway before they reach the top floor. After turning the doorknob, Robin and Elizabeth shield their eyes from the bright sunlight.
How wonderful.
And here is my S&M dungeon. Oh, it's beautiful! You can see so much of the town from up here. The seagulls chirping over the soothing waves, the ocean breeze pressing against our faces, and a bird's eye view of the town. This is my favorite place. Occasionally I drop something from down here and hurt whoever's down below me. Gives me the chuckles.
My.
Really now? I thought you would have said the library. Way to judge a book by its cover, but that's not what I meant. I mainly read books about serial killers. Figured I need some practice. This whole town is my favorite place. That's why I can understand how much you miss your home. For a while, neither of them say a word as they continue to savor the scenery in silence. Since you're already here, you may as well learn what this town is like. You can even tell your friends about your experiences whenever you visit them. After getting lost examining the wondrous town from a distance, Elizabeth looks at Robin and notices he's smiling for the first time today.
Forgive me.
What was your name again? Robin. Robin Liyun. May I call you Mr. Bookworm instead? I believe that nickname suits you quite well.
No.
Robin will do. Wow, you are rude, girl.
You see.
You remind me of someone I met a long time ago. Thank you again for guiding me and for sharing this view. I'll never forget it. You know, Robin's a lot easier to say than Mr. Bookworm. Clearly you are a complicated girl. Robin and Elizabeth head back inside together as it's nearly time for their next class. After another long tour, Ciel sculls towards the dock and reaches for his rope. He extends his hand to help his passengers off the gondola.
Thank you.
Thank you for choosing the Cloud Company. Have a good evening. Once they go their separate ways, Ciel stretches before grabbing the doorknob. But just as he nearly opens it, he hears a familiar song. It's my song. It's faint, but she has a nice voice. Did your voice change? You sound like a little girl. No, Grandpa. Someone else is singing my song, so I kind of want to follow it. His response is met with a brief moment of silence until someone hurries out of the door.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah? What are you doing? Do you not know about the sirens?
Why, yes.
Yes,
Grandpa
It's okay. Grandpa will tell you.
long ago.
They are beautiful yet dangerous creatures who lure sailors towards rocks with their song, then crash. All the men go down. Isn't that just a myth? This whole town was built on mythology. You of all people should know that.
So?
Never said I believed in it. But you're just a boy. You're too young to die. I'll be back in a bit.
Fine.
Fine, but if you're still alive, go buy some groceries. Salmon is 30% off today. Grandpa Himmel goes back inside to watch cartoons, showing no further concern for Ciel. The girl's voice leads Ciel's gondola through a shore he hardly visits. A few ghostly jellyfish appear around him, but he doesn't seem surprised. Well, I survived the rocks, so much for the sirens. Grandpa can be really weird sometimes. These jellyfish are here again. I tried telling people about them, but no one ever believed me. I used to think they were a part of my imagination or something. Yes, because, you know, jellyfish, they are mythical creatures or something.
How are you?
It's been a while since I've seen you guys. How are you? The jellyfish don't respond. Of course they can't talk. However, something did change. The girl's singing stopped. Ciel turns towards her direction, and his eyes widen.
Could it be?
A pair of boobs? Excuse me? I mean a siren? Wait, what am I saying? Sirens are half bird. But this is a mermaid. Ciel pauses before realizing the girl before him isn't something he sees every day either. A mermaid? Frightened, the mermaid quickly dives underwater and swims away as fast as she could, leaving Ciel speechless. I don't believe it. Did I really see a pair of boobs? I mean a mermaid? Ciel wanders around the shore for half an hour, but he comes up short of any clues. She's gone. I guess I scared her away. The jellyfish lingers by, as if they're watching over him. He stares back and cracks a smile. I suppose you guys didn't have anything to say. I suppose you guys wouldn't have anything to say, would you? Ciel doesn't hang around much longer since it's getting late, so he sculls home. Ciel's gondola makes its way back to the canal, a view that looks even more stunning now than during the day. I saw a girl who looked like a mermaid, and she has some boobs on her. But was she real? I couldn't tell if they were real boobs or not. It was dark, so maybe I was seeing things, like her boobs.
Hey.
Hey, Ciel. How have you been?
Hello.
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. What are you doing out here so late? I thought your shift ended a while ago. It is, but I'm just out on a late skull. Guessing you're wrapping things up, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just taking out the trash. It's almost time for us to close for the night. Cameron works for his family's restaurant whenever they need extra hands, which is quite often given their success. Young Pizzeria is a highly recommended restaurant for tourists and locals alike, so their popularity is comparable to the Fresner Cafe. Cameron, did you hear someone singing earlier?
What?
It's kind of noisy in the restaurant, so probably not. Was it you?
No.
No, but it was my song, though. You mean Tori's song? How's she doing, by the way? From what I've heard, Tori seems a bit better these days, and even reads more often, despite her failing vision. Oh, that's good. I heard that she had trouble seeing and walking, so I was worried. It's an unknown disease that the doctors never witnessed before. They're not exactly sure what caused it or how to cure it. Robin doesn't like talking about it, and I heard that guests other than the family weren't allowed. Sorry, but I hope you understand. It'd be overwhelming for her to see so many unexpected visitors.
I was wondering
if you could make an exception for me to see Tori. I'm really worried about her. She was the most requested gondolier in town before you came along, and I looked up to her. Others probably feel the same way.
Why, yes.
In any case, I'll talk to Robin. You've known him for a while, so I'm sure we can let you visit.
Really?
Really? I mean, I hope it's not too much trouble. You're fine.
You have my thanks.
Thanks. I need to get back now, so see you later. Cameron's such a worrywart, but he's a cool guy. Anyway, I better get back before Grandpa starts complaining again. Cameron returns to the restaurant to finish cleaning up for the night, while Ciel heads back home. Robin goes to the hospital to pay his mom a visit, with the intention of spending the night. He brought a change of clothes and a toothbrush. You still up, Mom?
Robin.
I had a feeling you'd stop by, so I stayed up a little longer.
Don't worry.
You need to get some rest. Don't worry about me. Tori sets aside the book and gives Robin her undivided attention.
How are you?
How was your day? Mostly the same. We had a transfer student, though, so Mr. Norton made me show her around.
Oh?
Her? What's her name? Elizabeth Rhodes. Do you know her? The singer from Silver? That's exciting. Maybe you could be friends. With someone like me, she'll find out whatever everybody thinks of me sooner or later. But you two have something in common. After all, I've heard you've been singing lately. Ciel. The room turns quiet enough that one could faintly hear crickets chirping outside. After a brief moment, Robin fixes his glasses.
Really?
How many times do I have to tell you, Mom? Just call me Robin. Right.
My.
I'm sorry. The nurses can't stop talking about you. Anyway, how are you feeling? Did Dr. Woodman say anything?
Well.
My condition worsened a little, but I'm still doing okay. I see. Hopefully everything works out. You don't mind if I skip school to be a part-time gondolier, huh, Mom? When I get better, we can go sculling together. I'm excited to see how much you've improved.
Sure.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen you with the oar. Brings back memories. Do you remember those fresh pretzels we used to eat by that dock? We used to go there almost every weekend.
Why, yes.
Those were so good, especially when you dipped them in warm cheese, and the smell of butter would just lure people in. There's a family that sells them near the floating market. I'll bring some when I come back. It's okay, you don't have to. Well, how come? Well, I thought you liked them too.
I love you.
We'll go together next time, okay? Okay. Robin and his mom continue talking about their days until it gets late. It's past midnight, and Robin spends the night in his mother's hospital room, resting over the couch. I don't know how much longer it'll take before all these bills get paid off, but I'll keep working for her sake. And that was a mermaid, right? Robin tilts his head and gazes over the moon by the window. His eyes can't stay open for much longer, and he soon falls asleep. As Ciel slowly opens his eyes, he finds himself immersed in the deep blue ocean. His fingers reach out towards the radiant sunlight that glimmers over the surface. Where am I? Wait, am I breathing underwater? Schools of fish wander past him, directing his gaze towards a massive chunk of stone. What is this? Ciel tries to get a better look, so he swims closer and places his hand over part of the ruins. It's covered with strange inscriptions, possibly in ancient language.
Could it be?
Could this be?
You see.
Yes, you stand before Aquadine, the true city of Aquadine. Ciel frantically looks around to see which direction the voice is coming from, but no one is there. You are not to tell anyone what you witnessed this evening. What are you talking about?
Fool.
The young mermaid. Wait, did I really see a pair of boobs? Oh, that's right, there was a mermaid attached to them. And how does he know I saw her? Who are you? Suddenly, the ruins begin to shake and collapse, as if an earthquake is occurring underwater. A larger building breaks apart and tumbles towards him. Ciel desperately tries to swim away, but he can't escape. His cries are muted by the crashing stone's impact. Robin wakes up in the middle of the night, panting heavily. He notices his mother is still sound asleep before breathing a sigh of relief. It was just a dream. It's another early morning for Robin as he arrives in the near vacant school library, which means the perfect time for a nap. Robin's tired body crumbles over an empty table. As he tries to sleep, he's reminded of the events that occurred the night before. I never thought pairs of boobs with mermaids attached to them actually existed. I always believed it was just a myth, but maybe they're real. I mean, probably not her boobs. Whose voice was that in my dream anyway? And why did I see an ancient Aquadine? So many questions, yet no answers. Robin follows his curiosity and decides to look around the bookshelves, abandoning his plan to sleep through the period. The school library actually has more books on merfolk mythology than most libraries in the world. Our school's founder was not only a wealthy man, but a firm believer of ancient Aquadine as well. He collected all sorts of related books in hopes to educate or convert his students. The only issue is deciphering whether a document is reliable or not, especially without any physical evidence. Even though that's been a problem for centuries, there are still a handful of believers who support the merfolk existence. Robin walks past a few shelves with one book titled Mythology of the Merfolk Civilization and catches his eye. He reads a few pages. Seems like it'll be worth a read. I guess I'll check it out. As he walks over to the front desk, Robin trips over his shoelace and loses his balance. Whoa! A girl with straight black hair who is sitting at a nearby table sees the book over the marble floor and picks it up.
Wow.
Here, you dropped this. As Anya returns it to Robin, she notices that it's a book about merfolk and is taken aback. Thanks. A book about merfolk? Yeah, I just felt like reading up on Aquadine's history, but it's still debatable whether they existed or not.
Whatever.
You do you. Without wasting another word, Anya flips her hair and walks away. Robin parts ways as well with something new to read. Later that evening, Ciel guides his customers across a canal, lit with street lamps on both sides. Through the light's reflection, he sculls gently enough so that one could just barely hear the sound of his oar. It is almost as if the gondola is floating through the indigo sky, surrounded by a swarm of dancing fireflies. Once they finally reach the Cloud Company, Ciel lets his customer off at the dock and bows to her after the tour. After waving goodbye to her, he looks towards the direction of the shore, curious whether the mermaid will show up again.
Grandpa will speak.
Robert, time to fix dinner. Grandpa is very hungry. I'll be out for a little longer, Grandpa. Stop calling me Robin while I'm in uniform. You'll blow my cover.
Oh, yeah?
Want your grandpa to starve? No? Then come inside. Just give me an hour. I want to spend some time alone. Take this lantern and don't be out too late.
Don't worry.
Thank you, Grandpa. I won't be gone for long. Did you find out who was singing that night? No, I didn't. I just felt like looking around some more.
Fine.
Fine, just watch out for those sirens. You worry too much, Grandpa. I came back last time, so I'll be fine. This is what they all say before they disappear. Forever. Ciel wisely leaves before his grandpa can go on another long spiel about sirens. With the lantern attached to the Pharaoh, Ciel cautiously glides towards the mystical shore. Once again, he sees the ghostly jellyfish wandering in the sky. I see the jellyfish, but no mermaid. Maybe she isn't here tonight. After seeing me, I wouldn't be surprised if she never came here again. She seemed afraid of me. But how did the mermaid know Mom's song? I've never met her until that night. A sudden flash catches Ciel off guard. He immediately looks in that direction, but it's too dark to see.
What?
What was that? With his unoccupied hand, Ciel swings his rope around the closest tree branch and ties it. After putting away his oar and setting foot on rocks, he grabs the lantern and walks around the shore. Are you afraid of me? It's okay. You can trust me. Ciel points his lantern wherever he could, but he doesn't see anyone, nor get a response. It was probably a fish or something. As he turns away, Ciel spots someone over from the corner of his eye. A pair of boobs with blue hair in the form of a mermaid emerges from the water, unmistakably the same boobs from before. She's not swimming away this time? Nervous and scared, she stares back at him with her aquamarine eyes. Her arms act as an invisible wall, a sign that she's on her guard. No, she's definitely still scared. I'm not entirely sure, but maybe she's a little curious about me too. About humans. I'm certainly curious about her boobs.
Could it be?
Are you the mermaid who sang yesterday? She remains silent but nods cautiously. She understands me? Oh, maybe she can speak too. I didn't know boobs could talk. What's your name? The mermaid doesn't respond. However, she seems more careful about keeping her distance. There has to be something I can do to prove I'm harmless. I really want to learn more about her boobs. To her surprise, Ciel offers a hand as a sign of peace. She examined his extended hand, then his smile. The mermaid raises her hand ever so slightly, almost tempted to trust him. However, she pulls back at the last second and swims away in fear. That didn't turn out too well. I mean, usually I pull out at the last second. But maybe we'll meet again one day. As the night sky falls darker, the moonlight glistens over the river. Ciel sculls away. Okay. I guess, why don't we... wait, what? Oh my god. Can I... There we go. Why don't we stop it there? This is Audapostrophe. You've been watching Aquadine running on Nintendo Switch. Yeah, you know, this is your, typical visual novel. Couple voices samples here and there. I really like the art and the music. I think the script is a little... how am I going to put this? I mean, I don't know if the original developers were native English speakers, but whoever did the translation seems like they're younger. Like it's written kind of with a language that would indicate somebody is, like in the like a pre-high school sort of level, which may be purposeful. Maybe that's the audience for this game. But like there's a certain way to use words which makes it seem just from a younger writer than it does from an older one. And again, that's just my impression of it. Who knows? Maybe the translator was like 50 years old, and he just writes in a younger style. But anyway, yeah, I thought we'd check out something that was, kind of a little bit more wholesome than the other visual novels that we tend to do here. I tend to like darker material. But I figured with along with Cento Girls and this, maybe we can have some things that are a little bit on the lighter side for people who like that. I mean, I certainly like that when I'm watching anime, but for whatever reason, I don't do a lot of that for visual novels, and I'd like to change that. I'd like to have some, kind of lighter content here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.